Harry Potter fans, have you ever wondered what a very young Dumbledore looked like? Well, according to the latest trailer for what is it? Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. He looks a lot like a Jude Law with a beard. Yeah, so we're gonna watch a little bit of that trailer and kind of pick it apart for you and talk about some of the interesting things that the trailer teases based off the new movie.
I have some questions for you, Professor.
This is a surprise.
There's a rumor that Newt Scamander is headed to Paris. I know he's working under your orders. What do you have to say for yourself, Dumbledore?
If you'd ever had the pleasure to teach him, you'd know Newt is not a great follower of orders.
So you watched the new trailer, what did you think?
I watched the full one, and as I was watching it, I thought back to, like, I've always been a big fan of Harry Potter. I read all the books and I love the movies, and as we were getting towards the end of the movies, I remember thinking, like, once we heard that was probably gonna be it, that they weren't gonna continue it and there weren't necessarily gonna be more books, I remember thinking, like, just give me more. It doesn't matter where or what time, it doesn't have to be in the school, just give me more, I just want more.
And so they've given you more.
They did, and I realized that I was wrong, I should have been more specific. I watched that trailer and it does nothing for me. They have somehow drained every drop of magic out of Harry Potter whilst still having lots of magic in the trailer, but there's nothing for me in that trailer.
Well, it
is just a dark, gray, dingy, like, Harry Potter was British, don't get me wrong, but this is like British Britain. And it's just dark, and that main character, I know he's a great actor and everything, but there's nothing in him for me.
Yeah, so I remember that the first Fantastic Beasts movie, and I think it suffers from, look, the Harry Potter movies are part of what, as a audience, you get to follow along learning about this world through Harry's eyes, because he's a newcomer to this world. And you go into Fantastic Beasts and you do have a newcomer, but it's not the main character, right? So you're kind of following along and learning about this with a secondary character, but I'm a little concerned because it doesn't have that same impact that the Harry Potter movies do. And so in the second one, well, your kind of buddy character already has a fair amount of knowledge of this.
So there's even less.
Right, and so it starts, I'm a little worried that this is gonna get into like Star Wars prequel territory where it's gonna be like super like political and you know,
well, you know
how
people get the magic powers, right? Midichlorians.
Yeah.
Actually, and if there's a lot of them, you turn into a house elf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my problem with the first movie was the first half of the movie, which was the part that I watched. I didn't watch the second half because the first half was really bad. And it's sad because the world is so interesting. She has created this really interesting world that's an amalgamation of great stuff from throughout like the past 100 years of fantasy and lots of mythology and stuff like that. And it's just not interesting. I think that the core characters of Harry Potter were actually more important than perhaps they got credit for. That it wasn't just the world and just the premise, which, by the way, being a kid who gets to go to a school to learn magic is a way more interesting premise than just living in a world of magic.
Right, if you already know what's going on there, if you already know that world, it's not as exciting and somewhat depends on what you know originally. Now there are some things going on in this that I actually think this movie is going to have kind of the deck stacked against it, not the least of reasons, based on what we know, based on the current Time's Up and Me Too movements, Johnny Depp isn't your kind of tent pole as far as being able to promote this movie, and I think that that's going to be a little bit of a problem. And this is a story about Grindelwald, about his character. He's going to get a lot of airtime, and I don't know that that's going to go over that well.
So you think that the crimes of Grindelwald might be overshadowed by the crimes of Johnny Depp?
I think so. I think
maybe
so.
And look, they waited pretty far into the trailer to actually show him, and he looked like Johnny Depp playing a character.
Yeah,
it'll probably be interesting. I'll probably never see it, so I won't know. But yeah, I hope that eventually they return to Hogwarts. I don't know in what capacity, but I do miss that.
Yeah, look, I go into every movie wanting it to be good, so I hope that this is going to be a good one. But
can I solve this problem for us?
Sure.
These movies, by the way, they're great CGI, really expensive to make, take a long time. I think that they should Star Wars Rebel it. I think they should do it in either CGI or animation series of kids in Hogwarts and do it that way. Just have it be a cartoon. It could be awesome.
Okay, well, let us know if you think an animated Hogwarts is the way to go, animated world of wizardry rather than these giant, expensive live action movies. Let us know in the comments.